Hi Leo, thank you for joining me here. This is gonna be your love and relationship reading, and I'm sorry there is a ice cream truck right outside my house, so there is like the music going on. Hope it's not too much of trouble. Um. Anyway, so I'm gonna be picking up your energy and the person you are dealing with. That person can be anybody, okay? I just a significant energy around you or you are dealing with. So let's get into this, okay? So let's see. What do you truly want? What's in your heart space? What do you truly want pertaining to relationship, to this relationship and to this space, okay? What do you truly want? This one. Queen of Wands in reverse. Am I holding it? No, it's fine. Okay. What's driving you to want Queen of Wands in reverse? What's your 3D reality that making you to be in Queen of Wands energy? Strength in reverse. That's your card. Okay, and what's the advice? Page of Wands. Okay, a lot of fire energy. You are definitely in your element. Look at this. Queen of Wands, Strength, and Page of Wands. All of them are fiery element. Okay, what's your external energy? Meaning how you're showing up in this space, how they are perceiving you in this relationship or connection. Okay, we got Camel. And now get another layer to all this. Give me a card for Queen of Wands in reverse. We got Strength. We got Strength double, twice. One is in reverse, one is upright. Definitely has a lot of significance, and it's your card showing up twice. It's gonna be a strong reading, Leo, I can tell. Okay, give me a card for Strength. Give me a card for Strength. Give me a card for Strength. I'm gonna take this one. Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. Page of Wands, please. Give me a card for Page of Wands. Oh, too many. One more shuffle. What's going on? No, I'm not feeling this time. God, I don't know how to shuffle. Okay. God, what is... There is a... Your advice is little all over the place today, huh? I'm gonna keep that in mind. Okay, I'm gonna take this. 3 of Pentacles. So that's the... Okay. With the energy. Okay. Alright. Let's get into their energy. What they truly want. What's in their heart space. We have 5 of Swords in reverse. That's nice to see. Okay, what's their 3D reality that making them want to be in 5 of Swords in reverse? Okay, I'm gonna take this one. We have 10 of Wands in reverse. So 10 of Wands, you have Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. What's their advice? Judgment. Beautiful. Okay. What's their external energy, how they are showing up to this space? Snake. Cool. Let's get another layer. Give me a card for Five of Swords in reverse. Give me a card for, we got two of them. We got the World in reverse, and we got eight of wands in reverse. Okay. 10 of wands in reverse, please. Oh, they're getting two cards. Okay. Two of wands and eight of swords in reverse. Okay. Judgment. Okay. Oh my god, judgment is clarified by judgment. Major transformation at their end. They are getting out of something. I don't know whether it's a relationship, whether something else, we're gonna see that. But they are getting out of something major. Something major is happening in their life. And definitely if you are connected, it's gonna affect you as well. Okay, let's get into the reading. So what you truly want is strength and Queen of Wands in reverse. Hold on, let me, so that you can see the card. Yeah, Leo, I feel that maybe in this relationship you have been very, let me hold this. Whenever I hold the card, it feels very nice. You know, like, I feel like in past you have been very enthusiastic about this. You took charge. You kind of almost sat on the like a driver's seat, and you kind of run this relationship. I mean, not when I say you kind of run this relationship, that not in a dictatorship way. Not is like, oh, everything has to be my way. Not like you are the you kind of, you are the force. You used to be the force in this relationship, to bring joy, to bring happiness, make sure everything is working out, make sure that everybody is taken care of. Like a lot of like very charming, but at the same time very responsible energy. Like, let's do that, let's do this. Lot of enthusiasm, lot of ignition of fire, ignition of force has been like you have been that kind of energy into this relationship, but you don't want that for some reason. We are going to go there why it happening, because you feel that you are burning out. Maybe you started to feel that you are the one who is holding the torch, and you feel like that, no, this is the time for me where I have to consider my own being as well. Because if it is a relationship, it has to be shared energetically. I cannot just put all my energy and fire into it to get it running, to keep the engine running. That engine has to be ran by the both energy, driven from both people, both parties. That kind of, all of a sudden something happened here, something went down a little bit. We don't know, we are gonna see that, right? But I feel like there is this change. You are trying to see the, you are trying to redirect this energy that you have been putting out into this relationship towards yourself. What do you want, what do you love? Maybe in past you tried to do things to cheer things up, you tried to do things to hold the fort intact, but now you're feeling like, is this what I really want? Is this really helping me? Is this really helping me to grow? At the end of the day, you feel like you are compromising with your will, even though it was your will to be there. It was your will. Look how enthusiastic this person, I love this Queen of Wands, seriously. It's like a full of vigor, full of vitality. That was you, that like that were you in past, but now you wanna turn this over. You want to focus on more on yourself, more on your inner light, more gearing towards self-love rather than shared love. Why though? What happened? Yeah, see, Ace of Swords in reverse and Strength in reverse. Yes, what, you felt compromising. You felt that, you know, you, Leo is a very interesting sign. There is some kind of strong, very assertive, assured masculinity. At the same time, Leo is extremely innocent, like this lamb. It's like a combination of this. And you feel like that your lamb, this inner child, this innocent part of you, that's the, the good heart or whatever, for a very, if I have to boil it down to something single word, it's just that there's, like really wanting and desiring good for both people, like, what good to you means to you. And it felt like you have compromised yourself in this, in this relationship somehow. Is it, I don't know, with Ace of Swords in reverse, I feel like there is some kind of mind manipulation went on, maybe. What you have been told is not really the truth of it. There was, let me get another card. I'm getting some kind of a little negative energy from this Ace of Swords. I'm in reverse. I feel like you kind of lost track of your truth during this whole relationship, during this connection. I mean, I feel like you guys are still like not like completely separated. You guys are still connected, but there is a few question that has been surfacing, and it has to do with your truth. The truth of honesty, the truth of how much each of you are involved. That has been put it on a question mark. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, with the Ace of Swords in reverse and Two of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like that, Leo, I feel like your need, your want was not taken care of. You thought there is like a two, you thought that it's a, you both are together here. That's why you used to be so enthusiastic. You never really question or doubt to put everything on the line, because you feel like, okay, I'm gonna give everything. But then gradually you realize that you are the only one who is playing in this game, and it was not, and you felt like a little bit of neglected. You felt that your needs were not taken care of, but you really did not notice that, because you were so engaged and involved to make this relationship, like to make this relationship thriving. So you never really uh, like ask all, every step of the way, and my needs are my needs are taken care of or not, because you are so focused on nourishing this relationship. But now you are, because you felt some kind of heavy blow, and that blow came from realizing that whatever you thought the other person is involved, the intensity on involvement has been falsified. And you feel like that you are the only one who has been in this relationship all along, taking all the burden, doing all this heavy lifting. So that's why you want to get rid of, you want to turn this Queen of Wands upside down and focus on your inner self, focus on your inner element. Even though I feel like this is all things is happening internally, because you are coming off as a camel is very self-reliant, self-sufficient. You, I don't think you are showing off as of yet. You are vocalizing or exhibiting this inner turmoil that you are going through. You still coming off as a reliable somebody, like some that they can rely on, count on, like the responsible person. You are still coming off as that. You are still coming off, like, strong head above your shoulder. You are still, but there is a moon, like internally you are going through a lot of reflection and lot of really thinking about these things, like what you feel that you are the only one who is taking the heavy lifting, who is doing all the heavy lifting here in this relationship. what they want, they have five of swords in reverse, they have world in reverse, and they have eight of wands in reverse. They want, it has been very self-destructive for them. Maybe, I'm getting these things, maybe they have a certain kind of, I don't know, they have some kind of addiction. It doesn't have to be all always like towards narcotics, but it could be, but they have a certain kind of inner, maybe they have a lot of mental agony. They have like a double mind, and they don't wanna let you know that they deal with that kind of stuff. It's very self-destructive. It's not only they, I feel like this is something that they are also very tired of. It's not something that they are playing games, it's just something that they cannot run away from. It's something within them that's really destroy a lot of stuff, lot of good stuff, and they know it, but they cannot really do anything about it. It almost feel like ingrained in them, but they want this thing to stop. They want this thing to stop. They definitely don't wanna, they definitely don't want this relationship to end. But at the same time, they don't know how to communicate. It's very interesting energy what they want. They want this five of swords kind of self-destructive, like this kind of mental game, not towards you. This is the game that they are playing. Also, they are the victim. They are playing the double role inside their head, and they don't want you to know about it, but you obviously feel it, but you cannot really pinpoint what's going on because they don't vocalize. Maybe they feel like they don't want to they don't want this relationship to end, but they don't want to communicate. Maybe they feel like the moment they're going to communicate, they feel like they are going to bring out some kind of shadow stuff of themselves which will be not accepted or appreciated or understood. So there is a lot of back and forth in their mind. They know that in order to really bring things to a calmer space, they need to have a honest conversation, honest action oriented exhibition that they care, but they cannot do that. Every time they try to do that, their mental something about, I feel like either they're addicted to some kind of narcotics, or they're it just very self-destructive, self-sabotaging kind of energy. But they just don't know how to vocalize this. It's like all over the place in their head, but they want this to stop. But they want this, but they are not really what is needed. That's they are not ready to share that, which is like a honest communication, because there is no honest communication, because they also don't know where they are. They feel they're like a scattered mind. They feel like they're all over the place. So for them, in order to bring out a honest communication, it has to be channeled in a certain way, right? Because they don't have any specific channeling, it's very hard for them to bring out the communication that doesn't, and which feels to you very manipulative and also feel very draining. With ace of swords and two of pentacles, you feel like what is going on, why you are not here. I am giving all everything. Queen of wands, I am lifting everything. I want this relationship to be something which is fun, which is committed, which is which gives warmth. But then it's nothing against you if that gives you any kind of comfort. They have, it's their mentality. It's like a lot of, maybe they need to see, they need to do a lot of self healing. Self clarity needs to come to their way, but they don't know how to bring that. But that's what they want. Why they are wanting that? Because 10 of wands in reverse, 8 of swords in reverse, 2 8 we got, and the 2 of wands. They want something good. They want, like I said, really they don't want this. They want this relationship, but it's something in their nature that they cannot control. It's beyond them, beyond their control, that controls them. It's like really it feels like addiction. It could be any sorts of addiction. It's kind of mental turmoil, mental conflict. It could be something very mental oriented, or something very, like a drug abuse, alcohol abuse, any kind of addiction. They feel that, like with the Eight of Swords in reverse, they feel like they want to, bring that change with this. See, the cocoon, they want this, this transformation to happen, but in order for transformation to take place, one has to have an enormous amount of courage, self-love, self-belief, and self-trust, which they do not have. But they realize it, they realize all the cons, they realize the reason, but they just don't know how to make things happen, because this is something beyond their control. Maybe they need a serious therapy or something like that, someone to talk to, someone to really guide them. They feel little lost here, and they, even though they know that what causing them, but they just don't know how to control those things. And they feel burdened, they feel completely burdened with 10 of wands in reverse. They feel like they are just complete, they really want this relationship. They know that this is something that good for them, this is something that they really want in a long run, but it's like a self-sabotaging energy is completely destroying this, and they are very tired of this energy. They want to turn around, they want to make all these things go away, but how to do that? They are looking for this new way of doing things. They are looking for this Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they are really in a no wonder we got judgment. There's something that has to be happen to them outside of themselves. I don't know whether it's maybe they have to. Okay, before I go to that, let's see how they are coming off. They are coming off as snake. Snake is very spiritual card. It's like, it's like a world within, knowing within. But it did come like this way. So you can see, maybe that's why you are still coming off as in camel. You are still giving them that assurance that you are there for them, because they coming off, they, you can see that they are trying, but every time they try, they, it's like it doesn't really land properly. It feels like they are falling on their face every time. And it's very, actually, I'm really feeling for them. They really want this to go away, but they just don't know how to do it, because they feel like it's like something beyond their control, something in their head that controls them, that speak to them. Otherwise, every time something good happens, something negative mind speak in their head, that, and chew all the happiness out of it. And they try to hide this kind of thinking from you, because they don't want to burden you, but they do eventually, because even if they don't talk about it, you feel the energy that you feel in their action, because this is something that one cannot really ignore. If something like Five of Swords going on your head, you cannot behave like, all happy-go-lucky and jolly and content and centered. There is no way. When your head is so messy, there is no way you can accept. So even if they don't talk about it, you feel it. And that's why you used to be Queen of Wands. You are like, okay, okay, I know that, but you also see the light in them. There is a darkness, there is a shadow them, but there is a lightness in them as well. And you are trying to focus, have been trying to focus on this lightness, you thought, because they come off as like somebody who wants to be this kind of spiritual body, who wants to be centered, who wants to hold the world within and focus on themselves, but they somehow cannot do it properly. Like it's like a futile trying, you know and that's why, because you are Leo, you can carry not only yourself, you can also carry the energy of the loved ones. But after a while, I feel like this has been going on for quite a while, months, years, and you feel drained. You feel like you need self-love, you need to focus on yourself. You feel like you are compromising your, but at the same time, this is something that you don't want to give up, neither do they. But they just don't know how to. It feels like, I don't know, that's the thing, it's like that's why their advice is judgment twice. Look at this. Something has to be this, they have to, something has to be taken away from them so that they can feel the freedom. They something, it's like a judgment call. It's like miracle has to happen. But how? Maybe they have to go through a longer, if they're addiction, they have to go through like a, like how to get rid of this addiction. Like very, it's not gonna be one day fixed. If you really want to be in this relationship, I'm just letting you know it's gonna be a long process to really turn this. So it's up to you whether you wanna go through all this grinding or not, whether it's really worth doing all these things. That's totally up to you, and only you will know the answer. But you both are here, both, there is no third party here. There is not, what is third party anyway? So like there is no other energies like them. They are struggling, they are their worst enemy, and something has to happen which needs a lot of dedication and devotion to get this negative thinking, negative mind out of their body, whether through therapy, whether through medication, whether through heavy meditative folds. Yeah, you might need to talk to each other, like what are the practical measure to really get these things done. You cannot just blame them because this is something beyond their control, and they want to change this. But if they do not want is something, but in order to really want to make this want into something reality, they have to put a lot of effort to doing that. Either they have to go through a vigorous training of getting off addictions, either they have to go through a heavy spiritual transformation, doing strong meditation, I don't know, like go some kind of meditative treat, spiritual retreat, something like that. They has to transform their life in whichever every angle. Otherwise this five of swords, irrespective of this relationship last or not, it doesn't matter here, because this is something that they live with. This is something inside them. It's not that it is only relation to you. Even if they get in relationship with someone else, this five of swords gonna be there. It's not you, seriously, it's not you. If they say that it's not you, believe them. I really think that they don't want this relationship to end, neither do you. But you are trying to focus on yourself because you feel tired and drained, and I completely understand that. And your advice is three of pentacle and page of wands. Your advice is, I mean, universe is as advising you to, yeah, keep working on this, but find your own passion as well. If you put all your eggs in this basket, it's gonna because if some it's not, it's gonna only drain you. So if you feel like obliged, if you feel that out of moral standpoint and the love that you share, even though it's not really giving you this warmth and calmness and actually only riling up your stability, you still want to work on that, you still want to work with them. Universe is telling you don't give up on them, but don't, you know, find your purpose. Focus on your purpose like you are doing with strength card upright. What you truly want, find another way of which can brings you happiness. Yeah, I was saying that, like something new, something with that can gives you this kind of spark. Look at this, from Queen of Wands in reverse. You used to be like so much fun, you used to enjoy life. I'm not saying that they sucked it up everything from you. No, they did not do anything. It's just who they are, and they have to transform that radically. But you love this person the way they are, and you never maybe anticipated that it's gonna be so much of a work, but it is now. And after, and I think like you have spent a lot of time working on it, and it drained you. Universe is asking you to find your new passion, find a new passion where you can get your satisfaction, happiness. It could be your career, it could be something that you like to do. It doesn't mean that find a new person to be with. I'm not saying that. Relationship is not like a bus, comes and goes. Especially not for not this. This is a you guys are really, at least you are invested. They are also invested, but they just don't know how to be stable with their investment when it comes to a relationship, because there is something in their head that constantly nag them to do otherwise, something to do distractive. But universe is asking you to focus on something that will bring you happiness. If you are focusing on self-love, yes. If you say no, it's okay to say no. When you are burdened, you are burdened. Nobody is here to be a martyr. But I'm not feeling that you are doing it out of duty. You are doing it because you really want to do it, but at the end of the day, it sucks a lot of energy out of you. It makes you feel that you are compromising your own being, you are compromising your own like strength, like strength and diverse, and you're trying to make it upright. You feel like you are not you feel it doesn't feel like that you are being yourself. It feels like a lot of work, it feels like a lot of heavy lifting, all by it feels like a one-man army when you want you know collective force. So yeah, this is the decision, of course, up to you. Here, I'm just giving the energetical clarity if you need any. I feel like I think the best thing can happen with this for this judgment, because judgment came twice. That's like I can tell that this is something they have to go through a massive transformation, and that massive transformation will not just hand it over to them. They have to work for it, either through like very like real based work, like I said, go to a how to detox themselves from, if there is a narcotics addiction, how to, is there constant negative mind, maybe they need to go through a serious therapy or some kind of medication to control their mind or something like that. It has to be very seriously thought out, and it has to be taken seriously on their end. And maybe you two can talk about it if you really want this, if it is worth putting all this effort, because this feels like a lot of effort. Is this relationship really worth for it? I cannot answer that for you. You two have to answer that for them yourselves. But this is what I got, Leo. Alright, okay, Leo, I hope you get something out of it, and I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye.